Liverpool v everybody. I am back. Early morning on my side, I guess afternoon in the UK. I got my man Gary. Gary, how you feeling, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You?
Good, good, good. Could be better, but that's why we do these things. Hopefully, I can relax a little bit. I did do a late night video last night. So I had to just let loose, so I
Mm.
feel a little better today. But or this morning. But let's just talk about it, man. Look, we'll start quickly with how we usually start the lineups. I know there's a lot of talk about Milner, which maybe we can get into or not. Depends on how the conversation goes. But the lineup, is that pretty much a lineup that you would have gone with? I mean, obviously, the only real talking point is the midfield. Would you have put Genie and maybe Ox instead of Milner? Like, talk to me about the lineup.
I mean, I never like to see Milner play when Henderson's alongside him. I think we play way too slow. We don't move the ball quick enough. I just don't think that was the right game for Milner, if I'm honest with you. I don't think it was the right game for Milner. I mean, I can see what Klopp is trying to do. He's trying to rotate and trying to freshen things up, because you have to remember, Genie's played quite a bit of football, hasn't he, recently?
That's true. That's
So,
true.
and he maybe wants to rest him for a more important game, which I see it on Sunday against Chelsea. But it was disappointing. It was a disappointing performance all round, and the lineup didn't really help with that midfield. I mean, that midfield didn't really help. That midfield selection. There's nothing's gonna come from that. I know we talk about creativity, but it's not even about creativity. It's about the energy in midfield. It's about moving the ball quickly, and Ox can do that. I mean, he hasn't been on great form, but Ox can drive with it. He can push defenses back. With Milner, it was way too static. We're just playing left, right, Henderson, left, right. It wasn't with me. I saw it. I just knew that this game was going to pan out like this, just like it was away in Naples last year. It was just so predictable.
Yeah, very static. I think Klopp's one of the things he said it best. I mean, both teams did respect each other, but you wanted to, and you did kind of see this game going. But I'm kind of like you. I know sometimes, or most times, you say, you don't really question Klopp's choice of lineup and things like that. But I think in this case, it does kind of remind you that I get the whole rotation thing, and I get how important the Premier League is. Trust me, but this game is just important to me in this on this one-off situation, and I feel like I'm disappointed that Liverpool yet again went to Naples and didn't get anything from it, not even a point. And the game went on long enough, and as a supporter watching it, I'm thinking, you know what, I'll take the point because I felt it was going to be a draw. And then you also think, Liverpool do this. They wait around, and they finally get something. And I thought both of those things to get the penalty, which let's just segue to that now. I know there's a lot of people who, want to not, be the person that complains about refs. But Gary, I got to ask you, in your humble opinion, was that a penalty? I'm sure you've seen it back several times. Just give me a yes or no answer. Was that a penalty?
No, it wasn't a penalty. You a penalty. I mean, now football's soft.
Yeah, yeah.
So soft football is soft, and you know that any sort of contact, and you know what, players go over. But the thing is, that would have been a penalty only if Robertson had moved his leg towards him, and then contact was made before. He was falling over before there was contact.
Yes.
So how can it be a penalty if someone's falling over before there's contact? Now this is the second thing. What is VAR doing? What is it here for? They say they don't like to overrule. They say they don't like to overrule referees. But this is one thing. I said I was happy with VAR because it takes away mistakes like offsides and all that stuff. But what is the point? And this was one of my criticisms at the start of the season. I said they have to overrule referees more, because why are you going to let referees make the same old mistakes when you have video evidence there? Like, what are you actually seeing?
It's the craziest thing, bro. Crazy, man.
Like, I couldn't understand it. And yeah, we didn't play very well, but we still could have got a point out, just like last year. You know what I mean? So I was already over it last night, but because I already said that I don't really mind what happens. Not I don't mind what happens, but it's like if we drew that game, I would have been happy. Just move on. We lost it, point, but as I said, Chelsea's a far more important game. That's the one that I really, really want to win. And I think that's on Klopp's mind too, with Milner obviously being playing instead of Wijnaldum.
Yeah, listen, Milner's been a great servant for us, and I'm not gonna come on here and batter him too much, but it just didn't work. That's just the fact of the matter. It didn't work, and he's making rash challenges. And It's one thing to give Napoli credit on the night, um, because they played well enough, but it's more frustrating for me, and this is why I say I don't want to make it out to that the penalty was the game changer, because for me, we had enough moments to be the game changer ourselves. We had enough moments with our front three to do stuff, and I feel like as a defender of Liverpool that night, I would have felt like, yo, we did everything we can for as long as we can. We needed the front three to make something happen, and it's really frustrating that it didn't happen. I don't know if it was fatigue. I don't know where the fatigue would have come from. I mean, I know Klopp was saying that he couldn't believe that they asked him about fatigue because the other team was the team that was getting cramps. But I can't really knock Robertson for that situation because, again, like you said, the guy started moving before there was any kind of contact, the little contact it was. So it's frustrating. And then to concede the second goal to, of all people, Llorente, obviously frustrating. But, like you said, we got to move on. The game did kind of pan out, not necessarily in the result, but the performances of both teams the way that you would have imagined. I just hope that it's not an omen that our away form is going to continue to be like this, because although I think this season our group is a bit, for lack of a better term, easier, I still feel like we can't take it for granted. We can't be popping up to Salzburg and Genk and just thinking we can walk through those games. Got to put in better performances away from home. So, I mean, I feel better about it, even more so now talking to you. But yeah, just a frustrating result, obviously. But we got to dust ourselves off and move towards Chelsea. I think did Chelsea lose to Valencia?
Yeah, they lost 1-0 to Valencia at home.
Were you able to see what Tammy Abraham said after the game?
Yeah, I saw he said they were going to take out his anger on us. I mean, if he thinks he's going to take out the anger on us, I mean, what does he expect after our performance?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think Tammy Abraham is a good striker. He's done
Mm.
well so far, but once once he's going to come up against an elite defense, he's not going to get a sniff on Sunday. I can promise that.
Yeah. And the game against Napoli, just give me like a player or two who you thought stood out for us on our side. So
Sorry, give me a second.
yeah, take your time.
Probably Mane.
Mane, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Him in periods, though. That's the thing. Him in periods, and also Matip was quite good, winning a lot of headers. I thought
yeah.
he
I thought
did quite well, winning a lot of headers in corners. I thought Fabinho was probably man of the match.
yeah, yeah,
He was incredible. Adrian as well.
yeah.
Mane, I mean, Mane was in periods with Mane. I thought our front three played in periods, in little patches. It wasn't very consistent in the way that we were playing. So, but standout performance, if you're talking about the standout, I'm talking about Fabinho, Adrian, and maybe Matip.
Yeah, I agree with what you said about Mane. I think overall the front three. Look, if they put any of those chances away, we're probably talking of them as being man of the match, but
Yeah,
they
he
didn't,
has to
and so
step.
that's
He
yeah.
has to.
I'm very disappointed, and honestly, of the front three, I'd probably say mostly Mane. Firmino
Yeah.
has been amazing this season. I don't think he had a great
Mm,
game against Napoli, but look,
uh,
we can allow that. I thought Salah was pretty decent, and I think he showed
yeah,
his physicality with Koulibaly a couple of times, so that was impressive. But yeah, for me, it's Adrian. I mean, I think it's the biggest atrocity is that he couldn't be the winning goalkeeper in that game. You know what I mean? Because I thought the other goalkeeper was great too, the young kid. He was amazing as well. But
mhm.
that was the best performance I've seen Adrian in the red shirt, man. I mean, he was
Yeah. I mean,
incredible, man. He was incredible.
fantastic.
So that was unfortunate. And even on the penalty, got a hand to it, but the guy got it through. So it is what it is. I don't even remember how the second goal happened. I don't even want to remember it. But I thought Adrian was good for Fabinho again. Yeah. So some props and performances. And again, even though our front three didn't score, it wasn't for a lack of trying. It wasn't for a lack of not getting into the right places. So to take anything positive away from it, I think that's one of the things that we can definitely take away from it. Now I feel like I know you enough, but I'm gonna ask this question anyway.
But
I don't think this is something that you're thinking that, oh shit, now our group stage situation is all messed up and now we might not make it out of the group.
yeah, sorry about that. Someone called me.
No,
But
it's okay.
yeah, I just want to say something quickly also because when we did the preview, I said to you, we're not going to get a lot of chances. So I said we need to be clinical, and we
Hmm.
weren't clinical.
Yep.
We weren't clinical in decisive moments. I told you that we're not going to get a handful of chances like it's Newcastle, where we can afford to blow them away because we're going to create more and more. When you're waiting Napoli, You have to defend well, which I think we did.
Yeah,
Um,
for most part.
and you have to go there and take the chances that you get. And we didn't. That's the thing, and that's how we lost. It's as simple as that. There's not another way about it.
Yeah.
I would say it's disappointing, but this has to be a learning curve for us at Chelsea. Another tough away game. Think whatever you want. They lost to Valencia. You know what I mean? Think whatever you want. They're going to be up for it a lot more.
Oh
They're
yeah.
going to be.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's up for it when they play against us. Do you see Napoli taking pictures after the game? Taking pictures after the game after beating Liverpool in the group stage. As a team.
I know. Well, not even that. Like just the way they celebrate that second goal, and
Yeah, exactly.
you get it. Liverpool are a giant of a team right now across Europe, and so I'm not going to be mad at them, but it does show you how important it is for teams to get at us. You know what I mean? How much
Yeah,
they're celebratory over that. So, and that really bothered me to see because it's like, man, the consolation second goal, really Liverpool. Like, why do we do that? And to see them celebrating, pretty much some of the guys on the bench coming onto the pitch,
yeah,
screaming and as if they just won a cup. So, yeah, I think I agree with you, man. I think this Chelsea game is gonna be a big one, and I don't care what people think about Chelsea, whether they're on the table or whatever. They're gonna be up for this game, and it could be similar to the game we played in the Super Cup. So I'm excited about that, more so because it's just right away the next game that we have to right this wrong, and I think it's gonna be a really really good game. I'm excited about
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So
I'm looking forward to it. Massive game
yeah.
with Chelsea on Sunday.
So first loss of the season in all competitions, not including the Charity Shield, of course. But so I'm still obviously very very optimistic, very very positive about this team. Those things can happen. Obviously, we're not invincible, although sometimes I feel like we are or can be.
Mm.
Napoli are a good matchup against us, and for some reason they tend to get the better of us, whether it's preseason or Champions League or whatever. We got the last laugh last season, and hopefully this season in the group, we can get one over them when they come back to our place. But I'm still confident that we run the table on this as far as the group. But even if not, first second gets us through, obviously, and so I'm still confident in that happening. But yeah, man, thanks for making some time. I'll keep it short. I know you're out and about, and hopefully we
Yeah,
can come back
I'm brief.
before.
Yeah, I'm brief on to talk about a bit about Chelsea a bit more or
Oh
anything.
yeah, cool. So
Yeah,
Chelsea, right. Go ahead. You want to say something about them?
yeah. I just want to talk about Chelsea. Don't worry, I'm on the bus to school, man. I've got time.
Okay.
Um, yeah, as I said, Chelsea is a big game for us. I think with Chelse is we need to dominate possession with Chelsea.
Hmm.
I think Chelsea
Hmm.
will try to, there's two ways Chelsea can go about it. They can try to press and pressure us into mistakes. But the thing is, Chelsea they normally go for it in the first half in terms of pressing wide and normally tire out in the second half. So it's gonna be interesting to see what approach Frank takes into the match, whether he's gonna sit back a bit more or just go for it. There's two because I've seen him do both things. And they've got no Mason Mount as well. I don't know if I think Kante's back in training. I think Rudiger.
Wait,
I don't
what?
know.
Mason Mount is out?
Yeah, Mason Mount he got injured really badly by Coquelin. I mean, it could have been an ankle breaker.
In the Valencia game?
Yeah, in the Valencia game. Yeah, he went off
Oh
in the
wow, I didn't know that. Damn.
Yeah, yeah. If you
Good
just
for
type
him.
in Coquelin Mount on Twitter, it was a 30 challenge. Another thing. I don't know how that wasn't a red card as well. I don't know how it wasn't a red card.
Damn.
But
Damn.
this is the thing now. I'm looking forward to the Chelsea game. Massive game. This could set our tempo. This could set the tempo for the rest of this upcoming month. Um, So as I said, it could set the tempo for the rest of the upcoming month. If we win this game, we've got a few more winnable games. And if we beat Chelsea, we could go into that international break, beat Sheffield United away, beat Leicester at home, and we could go into the Sheffield United game 8 out of 8, 24 out of 24. And we need to increase that
Mm,
gap as
mm.
much as possible because I've really got a good feeling about this now, especially with all the injuries that City are getting. And our shit, John Stones out for another 5 weeks as well. So this is what I mean. Like I'm feeling so confident in a minute about about Liverpool. I really think we're going to win the Premier League this season.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's so. Listen again, you can't go the whole season undefeated in all competitions, but I think I'm hoping this isn't something for the fan base or the squad. I think the squad will be fine, but for the fan base to
Hmm.
think, oh God, here we go, this is going to be the turn of something good. I don't think so, and I'm obviously
Yeah.
I'm optimistic that it won't happen. But yeah, just hearing Mason Mount is out, that's big because, and it's crazy
Yeah,
to even think that because it's almost like there's a blessing in disguise for them to have the transfer thing because we never would have seen, I don't think, Mason Mount. Maybe we would have because Frank
yeah.
did manage him, I think, at Derby.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
they would have bought players, and they would have, they wouldn't
yeah,
get.
yeah, yeah. So I think that's big for them.
Mm.
So that wow, that'll be interesting. I still think they'll perform decent enough, but
I think they'll
I
probably play
want to
William
see.
and Pedro.
Say again.
I think they'll probably play William and Pedro as the wingers and play Abraham. This is another thing. I don't know if they're going to play a false nine because what they've been doing is they've been playing false. No, sorry, not false nine. So a 3-4-3 because Alonso Emerson's obviously injured and Alonso's been playing. And I don't think he trusts Alonso in a back four. He trusts Alonso in a back three. So we can get more protection with the centre backs. So he can push out Alonso a bit more high up the pitch. This is another thing as well. Is he going to go with the four at the back, or is he going to go with the three at the back?
What did he do in the Super Cup? I forget.
4-3-3. Was a
Okay.
no
And what'd you say?
4-3-3-1.
And what'd you say about Conte? Is he back? Is he safe?
I mean, what? Well,
Fit?
actually, what was? I don't think he played yesterday. I don't think he was in on the bench. But what I saw was he. I saw a video, and he apparently he was in training. He was back in training, which is which is really annoying. Because he was incredible in the Super Cup. But I'm not sure. I don't know if he'll be fit enough to be on the bench. But I know he's training. He's back training. I saw a video a couple of days ago him training.
Yeah, I don't know if it's possible. This kid is on another level to neutralize him. I
Yeah.
was going to say, but I mean, because he's really their midfield, and that's what he
Yeah.
was their midfield in the Super Cup. Don't let anybody else tell you anything different. It was
Yeah.
all
Exactly.
about Conte. He's probably the best player in the pitch, but even with him, I think just again, I think this is going to be a really, really a heavyweight bout, much like the Napoli game was. I mean, that Napoli game felt like two old boxers just tired and just swinging right hooks,
Yeah.
left hooks, uppercuts. It was just one of those kind of games, and so I expect much of the same in this one, going away from home. But I want to see the fight, the determination. I want to see the aggravation of what happened in the middle of the week with this Liverpool squad. And I expect to see that. I want to see Genie come in and maybe be slightly angry that he didn't start against Napoli. Kind of have that kind of maybe not get 2 goals like Barcelona, but have that kind of feel about him that damn, I should have started that Napoli game. I didn't. I start against Chelsea and make my mark. But we'll get to that, and hopefully guys will stay fit from now until Sunday. I just can't wait for that game. I wish it was tonight, to be honest. I just want to see
Yeah.
Liverpool
I'm
get
absolutely
back at
buzzing.
it again.
I'm absolutely buzzing. It's like our first big away game in the Premier League this season.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good test, in the Premier League. So it's a late kickoff on the Sundays, like 4:30 here. So I think it'll be around 11:30 for you. So as I said, I'm really, really excited about Sunday. Really excited. I mean, if we can win, this could be one of the results of the season. This could really. I know people may say I'm being a bit
No,
over
I follow you.
but
Yeah, yeah.
I just think that this could. It's just not just for the points, but mentally as well. Going away to Stamford Bridge or winning. You see, a big. We only won one away game in the Premier League last season against the top six. We need to, and it was against Spurs. We need to win more than that. We need to go to Old Trafford and win because we are
Is that
capable of
right?
doing it.
Damn.
Yeah, we only beat Spurs away in the Premier
I
League,
didn't
and we
realize
drew.
that because we had such a
We
good
lost.
record. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
we lost to City and we beat against West. And look, we have to go to teams like Chelsea, Arsenal. I know they're tough games, but this is what we're better than. I think we need to step up. I think like yesterday, I think we stepped up a bit. Like it's like Klopp just was like, I'll just take a point. I think we need to step up a bit more offensive. You know what I mean? Just go for a bit more, create more chances, and really push Chelsea in the back foot. But as I said, my prediction for the game, I know I said 2-0 Napoli, it was the other way around. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I said 3-0 Liverpool, it's the other way around. But I'm gonna go for this game. I'm gonna go for a tight 2-1 win.
Yeah, I like that. I think I'm looking to see what Tabby Avery can do, especially talking all that noise. Which again, let's be real. I mean, I don't know who he was scoring those goals against or what team they were beating, but you got to beat who's in front of you. And I give him credit. He's got 7 goals, I think, something like that, something
Yeah,
crazy like that.
top scorer league alongside Aguero.
Yeah, so I mean that's all cute and everything. And I'm sure he might be on some kind of revenge tip. He missed the penalty in the Super Cup, which maybe he feels like that was that was why they lost. So I'm looking to see what he can really do against Van Dijk and Matip. I don't think he'll do much, honestly, but I do see.
I still do see him as a striker. I still don't see him as a top striker. If I'm honest with you, I see him as a
Yeah,
striker
it's too
that
early to say that. Too early to say that.
I see him as a striker that rolled that rolled, what's his name? That rolled from the Cody, but Van Dijk and Matip
Mm.
are just gonna, pocket him easily. But as
Yeah,
I
it's
said,
different class.
yeah, I'm gonna go. As I said, I'm gonna go 2-1 win.
Yeah, I like that. I think back to the Napoli game briefly. I think I agree with what you're saying about how Klopp set up, but I think both managers were thinking, look, I trust my team in the counter, especially with Liverpool. We forced teams to make mistakes, and we did that in that game. We just couldn't capitalize. So I get what you're saying, but I think Klopp was thinking, look, we can play this way and we can
Yeah,
still win. But I do think he had more of a, if we draw this, I'll be happy with kind of mentality, which is a little frustrating because you want to see us going, especially the performance we had last year. I think the performance was slightly better this year. Actually, much more better. I don't think we had any shots on target that game last year, so that's atrocious. So, but I got this strange feeling as the game went on that it was going to be a situation that they might get something last minute, and more or less they got that. And so that was frustrating for them to get the second goal, and the second goal not be a goal from Liverpool. So, but again, we could dust ourselves off on that, and again, we get ready for Chelsea, and I'm looking
yeah.
forward to that. I can't wait.
I mean, every day, every time I watch Liverpool, it's just a blessing right now. You know what I mean?
Oh
It's
yeah,
just,
oh yeah.
when I just look forward to waking up to watch Liverpool. You know what I mean? I look forward to just the games now. Just that's the feeling I want to have, and I'm getting it now. You know what I mean? So as I said, all the best Sunday. Let's hope we can pick up those 3 points.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, and I agree with you, man. I feel like, and that's why it's so easy for me to kind of dust this game off. It's not the Liverpool of old where it's like, okay, we're gonna start losing streak. It's one game. We weren't at our best. We made the chances, we didn't capitalize, but I think we'll be good against Chelsea. So we'll
Yeah,
wrap it up there, man, and we'll try to come back in and around the Chelsea game, maybe just
yeah, definitely.
before. And so I'll link with you soon, man.
Yeah. I mean, thanks for having me on, and I'll speak to you before the game. Nice one.
All right, buddy. See you.